one of the biggest pieces of news. WWE had a very news-heavy week. We're going to talk about the Netflix deal that they got for $5 billion, if I'm not mistaken. Netflix and WWE and TKO struck a deal. Starting next year, WWE Monday Night Raw will start streaming on Netflix in 2025. SmackDown will be on USA Network within the United States, and NXT will be on the CW. All other programming outside of the United States will all go to Netflix, which lucky bastards, because I don't want to have all of my programming splintered like that, but I can wait. But let's talk about some of the main things. So Netflix has delved into streaming live sports for a little bit. I think they did F1 racing and golf, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
This deal is essentially 10 years, and they have the ability to negate the deal if they would like. They can they can opt out after 5 years or extend it for another 10 years. The platform will stream globally. So, like I mentioned, all shows and specials will be outside of the United States. And yeah, let's talk about just this massive news. What do you think about WWE Monday Night Raw going to streaming?
Netflix and Phil.
Netflix and Phil, baby.
I think it's when I first saw it, I was surprised because of the rumors. Obviously, if anybody who's listening to this, probably a big wrestling fan, so they're paying attention to all the little rumor stuff, speculation. They were saying it was going to be Warner Brothers Discovery, and then I think Amazon was a conversation, but Netflix was just not in the conversation. So that was very surprising to see that it was Netflix, and kind of cool. I think Netflix has been kind of that like we're over you, like that Andy or the Toy Story meme where he's like, we don't want to play with you anymore, and he's like dropping the toys off in the box or whatever. That's kind of how Netflix kind of feels right now. So I think it'll give it some new life as far as like uniqueness apart from like the other big major streaming platforms. So it should be really good for Netflix for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Netflix, I think from the American perspective, looks like that, but Netflix is still the largest streaming service across the globe. And I think globally outside of the United States, it continues to be popular and do really well. Netflix does a great job with lots of foreign content for movies and television. So they have a huge leg up on there, and their longevity. The amount of time they've been doing streaming obviously surpasses the other streaming services that came out after them. And honestly, it's a great deal. It's a shot in the arm, that's for sure. And I'm going to be curious to see what it looks like to watch live programming on. I think they also did they do a Kevin Hart or a Chris Rock live stream of one of their specials? I think they did that too, and I think that was pretty successful. But unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to try it because I don't have Netflix right now. Too many streaming services.
Just got to borrow somebody's. That's the
yeah.
That's the trend.
Well, it's borrowing somebody's, but didn't Netflix also kind of crack down on that? And you have to have like this 2-factor authentication BS to like log in. Like, yeah, you got to get a code that you get sent through a text to say that you're, at a hotel or something if it's you and you're traveling.
Yep.
Yeah. David, what do you think about the new Netflix deal and just kind of the future of, I guess, WWE's like PLEs and all of their content? Do you think it's a good idea?
I like it. I think it's a more permanent home in the long run. I think it'll be successful just because of like how you're saying, it's super global. And then stateside, I know they'll even have more access to people than say cable or whatever streaming that they have that gives them USA Network. I wonder how that's going to work for like on demand.
Yeah, that's what I want to figure out is the on demand stuff, the whole library. I feel like they must have like they're gonna have a separate section for just WWE stuff because I just feel like having it just mixed in with all the other content would just feel kind of jumbled together. So I hope in terms of like a user interface and navigation
No.
perspective, I definitely want to see them fix that when they get Monday Night Raw on Netflix. And then for PLEs, I don't know if I heard where the PLEs are going to go. I mean, I guess they said everything is going to go to Netflix globally, so that must include PLEs. I don't think Peacock's going to have PLEs after their deal's up.
Yeah, and I think that just gets rid of the network on an international aspect because I believe WWE Network still shows internationally for
Yeah,
PLEs.
it did, and they recently announced that they are going to shut down at the end of the year, which makes sense because they're switching to
RIP.
Netflix. RIP. But it does give me some. It does give me some idea of what I'm going to have in 2025 in terms of streaming services. So I might just drop HBO and well, Peacock is. I'm only having Peacock for the PLEs. So once that's gone, then I'm essentially just shifting the money over to Netflix, which is perfectly fine. And then I could watch, One Piece and Squid Games 2 when it comes out. They have some good stuff on there. And Pokemon reruns.
Hey boys, sorry.
What a pleasant surprise.
Andres with the run in.
Out of nowhere with the steel chair.
That's what we are. We are unpredictable, baby.
Yeah, I was lost on Like a Dragon right now, so
That's a game I mean, for sure. There's a lot of people talking about how it just sucks you in. And I know you're big on that shit for sure.
yeah. So I was like, I saw the message, I'm like, oh damn, let me jump in.
We're just talking about the new Netflix deal with Monday Night Raw and WWE. I don't know if you had any insight into this. Have you read any of the news in the past week?
I did see that they're making that transition next year, right? Though.
Yeah,
so-
2025, starting in January.
I mean that's cool. That's interesting. Like it makes it a little easier for me to watch Raw now. To be honest, I don't think I'll still sit there for 3 hours though, because it is a little rough to sit there for 3 hours straight now at my age at least. But I'm pretty like okay, cool. That's cool that they're gonna make that jump though. I know a lot of people are actually kind of mad about it too though. So the only reason I'm like okay with it is because I do have access to Netflix. So
I agree. I mean, I feel like I do think with cable, it is heading slowly out. It's still going to exist, but I feel like the audience is diminishing in terms of the amount of people that are using cable. But on the other hand, a lot of people are saying that we're essentially paying as much as we would for a cable package because of all the streaming services that exist and people are subscribed to. But I think I'll be able to manage with just 2 or so. So I think.